How do you grow your business? Let's say you've been in business for a while now and you just feel stuck. Womp womp. I'm Kalila Reynolds, and this is another episode of Money Moves JA, brought to you in partnership with Exim Bank's Business Advisory Service, giving you the tools to do just that, grow your business. Today we're joined by author of The Pumpkin Plan, Mike Michalowicz, and later on we'll also have a giveaway. Hi again, Mike. Good to have you back.
It's good to be back, Kalila. Thanks for having me.
All right. So last time we spoke about your book, Profit First, but the book that you wrote even before that was a very popular one called The Pumpkin Plan. Here in Jamaica, we love boiled pumpkin. It's part of many breakfasts. What's this pumpkin plan now? Is it some kind of diet?
Well, maybe it is a diet for business. And let me be clear, Aki fish actually is the best food ever.
Ackee and saltfish.
Yeah, Aki saltfish, I love it with a sweet potato. But the pumpkin plan is a diet, if you will, for business. What I realize is there is a certain faction or community of pumpkin farmers in this case that can grow those colossal pumpkins. You've seen this in the newspaper where some farmer grows this massive pumpkin. It fascinated me that something that is natural can be organically grown even bigger. How did they do it? So I studied pumpkin farming and realized their formula and translated that to business. I believe businesses can grow very healthily to larger sizes if we desire, colossal sizes organically.
So the natural question then is how?
Yeah. So it all starts off with seed selection. If we do the parallel to pumpkin farmers, what colossal pumpkin farmers do is they investigate each seed before they plant it. Traditional farming, you're in a quantity game. You want as many seeds as all over the place to grow as many pumpkins as possible. The colossal farmer, she is very selective of the seed, and they put it under a microscope and investigate it. The seed for business is a blend of a few things. We need to match our uniqueness. Us as the owners of business, what makes us different and unique? Match that to client demand. Does someone want that uniqueness? And then systematize it. Those three elements bring about colossal growth, and it has to start there. It's best shared through an example. Apple computers, and I only use their name because everyone knows Apple. And Apple was started by Steve Jobs, but a lot of people don't know his uniqueness. Steve Jobs, and you got to Google this one later. Steve Jobs had a phobia of buttons. These things on a shirt, they freaked him out. They freaked him out.
Really?
That's why he always wore a turtleneck. He always wore, because he was afraid of buttons. Well, his fear of buttons, that phobia, when he made his products, I have an Apple iPhone right here, they made him, listen, in the beginning, one button sunken away, but ultimately buttonless. And an Apple mouse has no buttons. They were, as a result, the first company to blend technology with art. He took uniqueness, embedded in technology, and it became artful. Well, then he went after a community, those top clients that wanted that. That was, in the beginning, marketing firms and marketing agencies. And he systematized the process where he's not the person doing the work. He had a whole business manufacturing, marketing it. Those are the three elements. So the question for everyone that's listening in right now is, what makes you as a person different? That difference is something that you can embody in your business. There will be a community then that you can serve that to. And then the key is, don't carry the business on your back. We need to assign it out through systems and processes so other people and other things can get the work done. Now you have a business position for explosive growth.
So the pumpkin is a metaphor for my business and being able to grow a massive pumpkin, being able to grow a massive business. And you say, identify the seed. So that's where a lot of people have trouble though. How do they identify that? How do you find your niche or that area, that idea that's going to give you a massive pumpkin?
Yeah, so there's two ways. If you have an established business, meaning if you've been doing business for a period of time, just look at your historical clients and do a two-level analysis. First is look at how much your clients are spending with you. And here's the insider tip on this. The more clients spend with you, they're demonstrating through their actions how much they like you. So if a client doesn't like you, they'll stop spending with you. They'll go elsewhere. But if a client keeps on re-upping and coming back, they're demonstrating they see serious value in you. Don't trust words. trust wallets. You also have those clients say, I love you, what you do is amazing, but then they don't pay you on time. Or they say you got to redo the work. Even though you're amazing, do it again and do it yet again. Other customers say, we love you and here's more money and please keep doing this. It's the ones who are demonstrating through their actions, spend, they value you. But there's a second layer to this, and I call it the crush cringe factor. It's real simple. When you look at that client, the ones that are paying you the most, do you have a crush on them? When the caller ID pops up when they call you, you're like, yes, I love working with them. They cause a cringe where you're like, oh my gosh, I can't stand these idiots. Hey, what is your feeling? And the reason this is important is the people that we have a crush on and value are people that we're going to give preferential treatment. It's human nature. If you get a voicemail from someone you can't stand and someone you love, who are you going to call back first? Probably the person you love. The person you can't stand, you're going to defer and delay. And that's what we do with our customers. If we struggle to enjoy or value our customers, we're going to struggle to serve them. So once you find customers that pay you the most, they value you, and you love the most, it's the intersection of those two are the clients that you want to clone. That's the niche inroad.
So you recommend that businesses fire their worst clients.
I do.
Clients. Are you serious, Mike?
I'm deadly serious, and I got to tell you how costly they are. Those customers that you can't stand, the low at the bottom, they don't pay you well, and you can't stand them. The cost is the emotional weight. They're the one you're going to bed saying, oh, I can't stand this customer. I can't believe this work again. And they're the ones when you first wake up that you're worrying about. The time they consume in thought is devastating to business, because if they were jettisoned, if we weren't dealing with them, that would avail time to focus on our best customers, to better serve them, to attract more like them, to focus on improving our business. If you don't like a customer, they don't pay you well, you've got to have the courage to remove them, to fire them.
And how is that going to improve your business? Because don't I need the income that they bring?
You need the income they bring as long as it's profitable. And what's interesting is there's been many studies conducted that businesses that don't pay you a lot of revenue and consume a lot of time, not only are they not profitable, in many cases they cost us to keep them. Because you got to get the resources to redo that website yet again, or to redo that ad you're doing for them, or whatever the work is. You have to consume the resources. And as a small business, the most valuable resource is your own time. So when you remove them, interestingly, all the costs associated with them, not just the emotional costs, but the actual costs go away too. Sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes by just firing your worst client, you get a profit boost with nothing else. But the real gain is now you have the time to find your best client. And here's what you can just visualize. Think of your favorite client right now, whoever it is. Imagine having 5 of that best client, or 10. For any business, ever interviewed, if you can get 5 or 10 copycats of your best client, that is a game changer for your business. Yet we don't have the time to seek them out. Remove those bottom clients. You'll maybe have a little boost in profit just by doing that, and then start focusing on finding clients like your best client, and your business will start taking off once and for all.
But that sounds easier said than done. How do I find clients that I'm going to love?
Yeah, so once you fire those bad clients, first of all, if it's terrifying having that call saying, we can't serve you anymore. Here's a simple way to fire them too, by the way. It's just raising prices, saying, hey, to continue to do business with us, our rates have gone up. Those clients that stay with you see the value. Those clients that say, you're raising prices on me, are you crazy? Don't see you as valuable. So realize the price you dictate is the perceived value. As an example, if I put a diamond on the table right now in front of us, and you looked at it and I said, hey, that's worth $5, you'd say, oh, it's a cheap costumes cubic zirconia. If I put it down and say it's $5,000, then say, oh, we got to be very careful with this. So our price perpetuates our perception. Once you realize that and you get rid of those bad clients, we actually call upon our best clients and ask them, how can we serve you better? Now, this is the key question. How do you serve your best clients better? Because instead of asking your best clients, who else do you know, and refer me, you don't want to do that because you'll dilute your attention to them. Ask them how to serve them better. They will tell you what's most important to them. You respond quickly. Your videos are professional, whatever. That's the thing that you need to improve. Once you're improving your services to them, then say, I want to even serve you better. What other vendors are you working with that I could complement? For example, if I do your videos, who are the people that do your commercials or run your advertisements on social media? Maybe I can talk with them and see, as I produce content for you, that I'm positioning it properly for your Facebook ads or whatever. Your customer will be blown away because you're asking how to serve them even better by collaborating. And here's where the magic happens. That social media company, as an example, they have more than just your one best client. They're serving other clients too. Now you're collaborating with them to serve your mutually shared client. Over time, they will say, wow, we're working together so well here. Let's introduce you to other clients. It naturally happens through what I call the vendor well.
All right, so suppose I'm in retail and I don't really have clients per se. I'm selling clothes, I'm selling fashion items, one stuff. How do I implement the system in that type of business?
Yeah, so that's a B2C as opposed to a B2B. You
Right.
then have to build communities, and you simply have to be very observant. Say you have that clothing shop. Well, who's coming in the door? Is it men? Is it women? Is it a certain age? Do they have children? Are they of a religious particular community? Just try to observe. Then notice who your best clients are. Like, is there someone that keeps on coming back regularly? Sit down with them, say, listen, I'd love to learn more about you. We want to make sure we're catering the best we can to you. Can we interview you so we can serve you better? Customers in the B2C are blown away. How often does a customer get interviewed on how they can be served better? Never. So they're like, oh my gosh, I would love to meet with you. Then you ask them for what's called congregation points. That's what I call it. A congregation point is where they gather. So you say, besides coming to our store, where else do you go? Oh, well, we go to the coffee shop down the street. We're part of the pool club down the road. That is the congregation points for where you need to advertise, because there's a saying, birds of a feather flock together. People like them. So people will move in herds or communities. So once you know who your best customers are coming in just by observation, and you start kind of cherry picking them out, ask them where they congregate, and then you start going to those locations and you'll find a herd of them together and market to them.
Awesome. And of course, people can find more information by checking out your books, The Pumpkin Plan, Profit First. You have 6 of them now or 5 of them?
Yeah, 6 books. I'll give you the shortcut. I'll give you the long cut. Don't do this. You can go to MikeMichalowicz.com. Too hard to spell. You can go to Mike Motorbike, as in the motorcycle, MikeMotorbike.com. It's my nickname in high school. One of my nicknames from high school. The G-rated safe nickname from high school. You can go to MikeMotorbike.com. Information on all my books are there and other stuff for free.
Awesome. Thanks again, Mike.
Thank you.
Here's a recap of how to implement the Pumpkin Plan. Identify what makes your business different. Match that uniqueness to your perfect clients. Develop systems to manage the process. And here are some other recommendations from Mike. Fire your worst clients and clone your best clients.
And it's time now for our giveaway question. Who did Mike say that you need to fire in order for your business to grow, and why? Comment the answer on Exim Bank's Instagram page at EximBankJA, and you can win yourself a lovely prize. Also check out their website, EximBankJA.com. That's it for this episode of Money Moves JA. I'm Kalila Reynolds. Until next time.